with another episode of Lunch and Learn. I'm Brittany.
I'm Alex.
And today we are talking all about travel. I think
Ooh.
this is a topic I think for our clients all year round, but especially right now with summer, kids are out of school. Clients want to know what to do and how to navigate it. So hopefully we can share some tips.
Yeah,
It's lunchtime for you. What are you
it
eating?
is. Well, guys, don't be surprised. We've got a very similar meal. Can't have a lunch without carrots, but this time I have some sweet potatoes, so there's more orange in this bowl, with a turkey burger that my husband so kindly grilled for me over the weekend. What do you have snacking over there? I'm sure it's a little bit later in the day than my day,
Yeah.
so.
So we're like late afternoon here. I'm a little short on fat today, so I have my favorite cheese.
Ooh, what's your
It
favorite
is,
brand?
I love super sharp cheddar cheese. Like I want it
Ooh.
really, really sharp. And this is the Vermont sharp cheddar. Um, it's great. So, and it's not the kind of cheese you can overeat it, but it's like, it has such kind of like a unique taste. You don't need a whole lot of it to like satisfy your, you know,
Yeah, I love stuff
cheese
like
tooth.
that.
Yeah. Um, it's not good for really baking or anything. It's a snack cheese. Um, so let's talk about travel.
But
Like, what do you normally do when you're traveling to manage your food? Like, and
ooh.
how does that differ from what you tell clients to do, or does it differ?
That's a great question. I honestly try to practice what I preach, and I am a type of person that does not mind going the little extra mile. And I wouldn't say mile because I don't feel like it's a ton of work, but I bring food with me. Whether I am traveling in a car, traveling by plane, it is not unusual to see a Tupperware like to go container of a meal I would normally eat here at home. So I have traveled with this similar meal that I'm eating now for this lunch and learn. Some chicken or turkey, or something plus some vegetables plus some kind of carbohydrates. I'm not one that minds a cold meal. Like a meal is a meal. I've just kind of gotten used to it. So yeah, I suggest, hey, if you're willing to pack a meal, pack a meal. As long as that food is not food or liquid, it'll go through most security. Now, if you're doing like international, it's best to probably like eat that food before you get to your international place because they might question like what the food is. So don't ever like pack anything where you might get questioned, like, and you're still holding on to it. But as for the travel, go ahead and pack some meals with you. If not, pack some snacks. I always suggest some kind of protein snack, maybe some trail mix, nuts, different things that just kind of will help you either supplement what is available or hold you over until you're to your destination to get a solid meal in. What about you? Does it differ for you, or are you someone that is just like me?
I don't like to be without food. So I'm the same way. I almost, when you were talking, I thought, yeah, I almost used the word anxiety, but I don't think we're quite there. But I don't like not have, I don't enjoy having, if I don't have my normal options there, you know? And I think
Hmm.
it was a lot easier to do this when my kids were smaller, actually. This is the one thing that maybe is easier with smaller kids because you're so used to just bringing dang snacks and food everywhere. Um,
Hmm.
so it was like, all right, here's their bag of snacks. Like I'm just throwing mine in too. Like I think about road trips. Like I don't want to be at the mercy of whatever's at the 7-Eleven or at the travel stop, you know? Like I want to have my food with me. Um, I have a plethora of coolers in the garage, and it's like whatever size we need, we just throw it in and go. And same, like it doesn't bother me at all to bring my own food. Um, and I that's one of the main things I think that I tell clients, like bring food. And if you are not going on a trip or you're not comfortable doing that, you're just like, no, I want to relax, I don't want to bring my food, at least bring some protein. At
Definitely.
least. Because carbs and fats are everywhere and protein is the one that it's hard to find. Like
Hmm.
quality protein that isn't going to blow your fats out of the water. So protein powder, protein bar, it's a great time to supplement. You've got to bring some protein.
Yeah, or even jerky, meat sticks. Those things pack really well, and are
Hmm.
great to have just on the road because I do support the vacation mindset of, oh, I'm going on vacation. I'm not wanting to worry about my specific goals in terms of having to bring everything packed and different things like that. But I still try to suggest to eat in a way that you do at home, at least most of the time. And most of the time you're eating some kind of protein, especially if you've been working with a nutrition coach one on one. That is like the
Yeah.
key thing that we constantly talk about all the time. Get your protein, get your protein, get your protein. Because when you do that on a regular basis, you'll find that you're more satiated. You're able to moderate some of those indulgences that you're going to enjoy when you're out on a vacation. So just having that as a part of your routine, and if you can bring that along with you, it kind of helps with that anxiety that you were mentioning of like trying to find those
Yeah.
things, or that guesswork of, is the location that I'm going to actually going to have some kind of protein? Because who knows, maybe you don't have access to a grocery store because you're going on this like secluded
Yeah.
beach or something like that. And so just having that as an option is always a great way to just create a little bit more uniformity or similarities to what you might do at
Yeah.
home, which then ends up you feel great during your vacation,
Yeah.
So that is always something. If you're not willing to pack food with you, then at least pack a couple things to help supplement what you got going on.
Totally. Like I've actually used that line a lot. Like try to mirror what you do at home when you're out. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's even eating at a restaurant, try to do that. But like especially when you're away from home for an extended period of time. Um, for those clients that track macros, like do you usually have them continue to track macros while they're gone? Or do you find that some clients don't really want to do that? Like what's sort of your feel there?
So over time, I have adopted my approach. I think early on, I was like, no, guys, you have to track macros, and here, I'll show you how. But no, I have learned that being a little bit more flexible is actually the way to go, because what doesn't bend will break. And so if we can
Mhm.
just remain flexible, then we're more likely going to have success even when we're on a vacation. So what I've actually have suggested here lately, I use this a lot, is, and I think I might have gotten it, I got it from you, is to find some nutrition North Stars that you want
Mhm.
to mold your vacation around. I always suggest that if you're not wanting to track, which is okay, I support that, then let's at least have these few little things to keep in mind every single day to um, to then help kind of dictate the rest of your choices. So for me, if I was to go on any kind of travel trip where I don't want to track, I always make sure that every meal has protein. Again, you'll
Mhm.
probably hear that until the end of time. Get your protein in. And that's something that I do personally. I will also try to have one meal that has a vegetable, just because adding in a vegetable of some kind, I know, is something that I do daily, and it helps me feel good with my digestion, which is super important when I'm away from home or even when I'm at home. So I always say, try to get in a veggie. Try to drink some water. That's one thing that I
Yes.
always try to do, whether that is the same amount of water that I'm drinking or somewhere in between. Like if I'm going internationally, I might not drink as much water as I would at home, just because the bathroom situation is different. There's not
Totally.
a bathroom at every gas station, because there's hardly any gas stations type of thing. So um, drinking some water. And then one thing that I know I like to do when I vacation, is I like to indulge a little bit on some sweet treats. And typically I'm traveling with somebody. And what I do is I just say, hey, would you like to split this ice cream with me? Or would you like to split this croissant with me? So that way it's a super easy way to practice portion control without feeling
Mhm.
like you're deprived or having to
Totally.
waste half of it. So just sharing it with whoever you're with is my method of enjoying food without feeling like I overindulge because somebody else is eating half or maybe three
Yeah.
fourths. I usually
I
just
love
want to
that.
taste.
Totally. Yeah. Like if
Yeah.
you know that you're a moderator with that type of thing, then that's perfect. Like let's share.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I love those North Stars. Like, and I usually let the client pick. Like, I'll kind of
Yeah.
throw out like some ideas, but say, okay, you choose what's going to work well for you. And because we have to track something, we don't have to
Mm-hmm.
track macros, but we need to keep accountability of something while you're gone for the week or however long you're going to be gone for. Um, I've just found that that lowers the chances of someone completely falling off the path. It's like
Yeah.
if you just put up little guardrails almost, you know, like we can bounce between these guardrails however you want, but just like stay on the road. Um, yeah, I like that a lot. And some of the other things, like as soon as you get home and you're back to normal life, get back on
Hmm.
your plan. Like as soon as you get back, the more time, you know, some people will, I've had clients, and that's even come through my mind. I'm home on a Friday. I'm just going to chill for the weekend. I'll start back on Monday. Mm-mm. Start back on Friday. Like
Yeah.
get it back together as soon as you can.
And do you have any hacks to help people get back on routine, like almost right away?
Yeah, like I think this happened to me like 2 weeks ago when I was gone. Um, you think, okay, most of us like clear out our fridge and everything
Yeah.
and before we go on vacation. So you think you come home to an empty a house with no groceries. If you can, if you live in an area where this is possible, put in a grocery order. That way it is ready for you. Um, I knew like when we were driving back, I was going to get home like around 6 or 7 at night. That grocery order was getting delivered at 9, you know? So that way, like we got home, got our stuff unpacked, that grocery order's there. Tomorrow morning, we wake up and have everything that we need.
Yeah.
Um, you have to set yourself up for success because you're going to come home and not have your go to things. Um, so, grocery order or
Yep.
have friends or family or someone bring some stuff over if you live in an area where that's okay or you have someone close by. The other thing is like I often tell people don't get on the scale. Like just chill out.
Mm-mm.
Like the scale is going to be wackadoodle after you've been
Yeah.
gone. Even if you followed your plan 100% to the T, um, we retain water. Our bathroom habits aren't the same. We've probably had more sodium. Just and what I found often is someone gets on the scale after being gone a week plus, the scale's up 5 pounds, and it's this negative self talk of like, what the hell did I do? I totally messed up. This isn't
Mm-hmm.
working. What's 2 more days off the plan? Mm-mm. At least 2 days without stepping on that scale, maybe longer. Um, if you're typically someone who weighs yourself, you don't weigh yourself, forget it, let it go. You might find like rings are tight or your watch band is tight or something. That's because it's normal to retain water when you're out of your normal environment. So just
100%.
get back to your routine. Makes all the
Yeah.
difference.
Those are the exact same things that I always suggest. I even go and suggest for those that don't have grocery delivery available or might not have like a friend or family to like bring something over is maybe stock up your pantry and your freezer with a couple different staples that you can
Yeah.
create a meal with. So I always know that I have instant oatmeal in the pantry, maybe a couple rice packets, some tortillas, those type of things that don't necessarily go bad right away. And I
Mm-hmm.
have those for my carbs, and then maybe have some frozen veggie packets in the freezer, some pre-cooked chicken or meats, or that I could just pop in the air
Yeah.
fryer. So that way, at least you have that buffer of like you have food for at least 1 or 2 meals. It might not be your most ideal meal.
Yeah.
It might be just like this pieced together meal, maybe some stale crackers or whatever it may be. But at least it kind of gets you to
Yeah.
where you can go to the grocery store. So that way you're not relying on either not eating anything at all or continuing the indulgences by ordering in delivery or things like that. So there's definitely ways to work around with what your situation or area is and still get right back onto where you want to be.
Totally. Love it.
Hmm.
And like anything else, you know, I love your line, what doesn't bend breaks. Like remember
Yeah.
that when you're out traveling for sure. Um, yeah. Any last words of advice?
No, I think we covered some pretty basic travel hacks to at least keep your nutrition going, no matter how strict or relaxed you want to be, and still make the most of your trip while keeping true to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then enjoy your time and then know when you come home, you're right back to it. So I
Yep.
think it's great. All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll be back next time with another episode. And until then, we'll see you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey everyone. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to get more content on nutrition, health, and wellness. Thank you for watching.